joining me for today's video. So tonight I've got my live Zoom drawing session, which will be practicing drawing hands. By the time you watch this, it'll be too late for you to join for the live session. But if you're interested in joining along and doing some timed drawings on hands and practicing that kind of weakness that everyone's got, let's face it, no one can draw hands. And if you're interested in joining in, even though you can't join in on the live, all of the sessions are recorded, so if you wanted to, you could head to Patreon, join on any tier, and you have instant access to that. No pressure, it's literally just what I'm doing today, that's why I'm mentioning it. So the morning's got away from me, it's about 11 now. So I got these yesterday while I was at the shop. Andy sent me a message saying that I had a parcel, and if you didn't watch that video, don't worry, it doesn't explain anything. These are wooden, well, they're MDF, blank MDF laser cut baubles, and last year I hand painted some of these with cats on, like cats with Christmas hats and stuff like that, like stars and things, and they've sold really well. So I got 50 more, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get started today. So there's 50 to get through. I'd like to get a big bunch done. What is it, Saturday today? In the coming week, by next Saturday, I'd like to have a lot of them done. So I'm going to clear off my desk, get out my gouache, because that's what I'm going to use to paint them. They smell absolutely delicious. They smell like licorice. I know there's probably harmful chemicals in the MDF, but oh, it makes me think of CDT class at school. Right, so let's get on because the live Zoom's on at 6 o'clock, so I need to actually get going. Okay, so I've been having a little draw of some ideas. I'm going to stick with cats for the first batch, which is like the first batch of maybe 5 or 10 out of the 50. But I have scribbled some ideas for robins, but the cats went so well last year that I'm going to try and replicate those. And I've got these ones in pencil, the ones in pencil. And what I'm going to do is trace those onto the baubles and then paint with gouache. here are some that I did last year. One of Rolly and one of my boy Dave, my old boy. I'm actually going to use this and trace around the dimensions of it because I did this from memory, these ones. So I did those from memory. I think they're just a bit big, you know, which is fine, but I'm going to just trace around it so I've got those dimensions as well to use. Bit of choice, it's always nice. So that's the first 24 done, apart from like the black lines around it. Some of the white might need a second coat, but I need to let them dry first. But it might be okay. Because it's like on like a porous material, it looks patchy while it's drying. But as soon as it's dry, I'll have a better idea of what, I'll need a better idea of what needs a second coat and what doesn't. It shouldn't take long though. And then it'll just need the black outlines like I've done on here. I'm gonna go and grab some lunch. It's like 2:30-ish, and I need to move my desktop computer and all that kind of stuff before I do the live Zoom. But I'll have time to do this. Some of you might be wondering why I'm making these things when I'm still in my year out, and I said that I wasn't going to make new products, make things to sell in 2023. First of all, Christmas, when you have a small business, has its own rules. And secondly, these are replications of things that I've made in the past. It's just a restock, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it's just because they are a hand-painted item, that's the only way I can restock them. And it's quite fun, actually, doing something a little bit mindless, but physical, involving painting. And I'm having quite a lot of fun, actually. I can kind of switch my brain off, but I've still got the joy of creating something at the end of it. I've got that little serotonin boost. I'm going to have my lunch now, but I thought I'd address that just in case anyone was wondering. They're not new products. I haven't sat down and thought, you know, what's my Christmas 2023 range going to be? It's, you know, it's stuff that just needed restocking. And, oh God, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired. I need some lunch. Yeah, so I just thought I'd address that for anyone who was wondering. But also, you know, if you're in the same position as me and you're taking a year out and you've got a small business, don't feel bad if you need to make things to pay the bills. So, like, for instance, I have got some new Christmas card designs coming, hopefully on Monday. And I've got a few prints, like the pigeon print and the fox print and the CMYK cat print, which I've made new this year, but they've all came from a place of sketchbooking and playing with ideas, not from a place of sitting down with the sole intention of making something to sell. That pressure of sitting down to make something to sell, it's just too much. All of those new products have come from sketchbooking and from playing around and looking at them and going, that could go on a print. So there you go. Anyway, lunch. I'm shaky hungry.
Recording in progress.
Okay, that was loads of fun. My hands that I was drawing still ended up looking like a bunch of bananas. Some of them turned out all right though. But it's all about practice. It's my first ones. They are tricky and they often look misshapen. And I was saying in the live session, often when I try and add details like fingernails, it throws the whole drawing off. Like these. I need to practice that. But even though it might be uncomfortable to do times sketches of things that are tricky, it's so enlightening as well. Like my brain feels like it's done a workout. I now have a bunch of muscle memory to draw on. So next time I start to draw hands, I've already drawn a bunch of them. So I've just put the recording up of that session in the Patreon feed. If you didn't manage to make it live to our live drawing session and you would like to access the recordings, you can, and like I think I said this previously in the video, all you need to do is sign up to my Patreon on any tier, and my tiers start at £1, and it's patreon.com/Emma Woodthorpe, and all of the drawing sessions from all of the recordings of our previous drawing sessions, and there's a bunch of them now, are instantly accessible as soon as you become a patron, and they will remain accessible for as long as you're a patron. So if you dip out from your membership and then dip back in, you'll re-access all of the recordings. So there. So yeah, if you would like to do that, you're very welcome. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You don't have to. It's completely up to you. But I'm going to go now because dinner is calling and I need to edit this video beforehand. So I will see you in the next one. See ya!